Astro Bot is amazing. PlayStation has finally created their own version of Mario, and I'm all for it. This game, which takes heavy cues from games like Mario Brothers and many other platformers from the past, is on point and one of the best games to ever be made in 2024. Let's get right into it. Starting off with the game's graphics and audio, Astro Bot is a visual gem. It is a visual gem, it is an audio gem, whether it's the character sounds, the musical score, the sound effects, the particle effects, everything regarding Astrobot's presentation is on point. Now, it is a kid's game and it needs to be said that, so this isn't going to win awards for best looking game technologically, but it could win awards for its artistic vision. Furthermore, keeping in line with the game's presentation, we have to talk about the overall performance of the game. And one of the things that I am pleased to say is that Astro Bot is a polished gem. No bugs, no glitches, no frame rate dips, nothing like that whatsoever. In terms of optimization and performance, this game is top tier, on point, and essentially perfect. Now, this is a kid's game, and it always will be a kid's game. And with it, one of the best things I loved about Astro Bot is the game's charm. Astro Bot as a lead character is charming in his own way, and as you go through the game world and you collect bots, and all of the bots are either all original bots or a skin character from another IP. So you might find a Crash Bandicoot, you might find a Ratchet and Clank bot, and they all have charm and all little emotions, and when you interact with them, they all behave accordingly based on what the character they are representing is. Now, before I dip into the core gameplay, let's talk about the controller. Astro Bot utilizes the DualSense controller, probably the best of any game ever made. Plain and simple. If you've played Astro's Playroom, which was considered a tech demo for the controller, it shouldn't surprise you that Astro Bot delivers on this front. Whether it's every type of surface that you walk on, whether it's the vibration of everything that happens, whether it's the adaptive triggers and the pressure points, or the motion controls, or every other aspect, the way that this controller is being used is on point, and it's fun and intuitive. Everything is really, really solid about the controller, and the controller only enhances the gameplay. Now, I've been a firm believer that the DualSense controller will never make a game great, but it would enhance the experience in the same way a D-box seat enhances the experience in a movie theater versus a regular seat. Now, when it comes to the gameplay itself, Astro is controlled very, very tight. The controls are tight, the controls are responsive, the controls are simple. Again, this is a family-friendly kids game, so you can't expect complicated systems, and they're not here. This is a very family-friendly game, and the game plays really, really well. It handles really, really well. Astro, you can move Astro precisely, especially in a platformer where you're always trying to jump and land on things. Controlling Astro is very tight and precise, which is very, very good for this type of game. Furthermore, since it is a platformer, we have to talk about the game's level design. The level design in this game is phenomenal. There's a lot of varied environments, a lot of varied challenges, and most importantly, the main worlds of the game are relatively easy to go through, but it's the side worlds that are challenging. And the way they design these levels, it's very intricate, very detailed, but very different. A lot of the levels, it doesn't feel very samey. There's always something new, and they always give you a unique power to the level. So the level is curated to whatever power that Astro's going to have for that stage. And sticking with the level design, my personal favorite are the ones that are based off IPs. So every single world has multiple levels, and when you get to the boss, you defeat the boss, you get a special bot, and that bot is a representation of one of the IPs, which will then lead you to a level that is in sync with that IP. So if you talk about the God of War level, the whole level is themed around God of War. The musical score is God of War, the enemies is God of War, and it really, really is the best part about the game, especially if you're a fan of the other PlayStation IPs. You'll get all the Easter eggs and things like that, which make those levels the most fun and enjoyable to play. When you're not roaming around the world and you want to go through, you have the crash site. Now, the crash site is your main hub. It is where all your rescued bots will be. It is where you would go to customize Astro and your flying controller slash ship. It is basically your world hub where you see all your bots and you have fun, but it's also where you will go when you want to kick off the next section of the world, where you have to go through it. It has its own secrets, but upon completing it, you'll get the satellite link, which links you to the another universe, which then continues your playthrough. Lastly, when it comes to the actual core gameplay, one of the things that I loved about this game was the boss battles. Now, the boss battles are quite unique, they are different, and they all have different challenges. And the bosses themselves, they were just a fun challenges to do. Some of them are quite surprising, and some of them will be more epic in scale than you expect them to be. But yes, the boss battles were also really good in Astro Bot, and I really enjoyed them as well. Lastly, on a technical term, obviously this game is not an open world game. It is a level-based game. So you will be traversing from level to level to level, universe to universe. And it's safe to say that thankfully, when it comes to the loading times in this game, they are very quick. Loading between going from one world to the next or loading into a stage is very quick, very seamless, and overall is very fast, which is great because it keeps you in the game and keeps the immersion going and less loading throughout. Overall, Astro Bot is a damn fantastic platformer. It is Sony's answer to Mario games. It is probably one of the best platformers I've played in a very long time. As someone who grew up playing Mario Bros. 1, Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, etc., this game, Astro Bot, hit all the right notes for me, and it was far more enjoyable than I expected it. It is nothing but high tier quality front to back, whether it's presentation, audio, gameplay, controls, fun factor. Everything about Astro Bot is amazing, and it shouldn't be missed by anyone who owns a PlayStation 5. There is no bugs, no glitches. I literally have nothing bad to say about Astro Bot because that's how good it was. In a day and age where games always have technical problems or optimization issues or some sort of bloat, I can safely report that Astro Bot is, from what I can call, a perfect video game. Fun for the whole family, everyone can play it, hits all the right notes, shouldn't be missed by anyone. I'm giving Astro Bot a perfect 10 out of 10. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.